What up, Primal Pack? So, first live of a Saturday morning, and I'm actually going to move it up to either 8 or 9 Pacific Standard Time coming into this week. 10 o'clock, just a little too late for me. I got a handyman, so you're probably going to hear the drilling going on. But this is a Q&A and just live information, right? It's about breaking everything down and cutting through all the nonsense, cutting through all the smoke and mirrors, and cutting through the perceived value in the nutrition and fitness and overall health wellness world. And there's a whole lot. And the first and foremost is the conditioning, the cardio, and the masses are convinced that cardio burns fat, and it actually doesn't. And it's, if you want to get frustrated and you want to feel like you're getting nowhere fast, leverage cardio for weight loss. Just not going to happen. When you don't have the nutrition dialed in, even with the nutrition dialed in, cardio is not the weight loss tool. Cardio is, if we're talking about running, we're talking about treadmill, we're talking about elliptical, we're talking about a bike, stationary bike, cardio kickboxing. That's for cardio conditioning, right? Internally, but it's not burning fat. And it's not truly giving you a re-body composition, possibly cycling and stationary bike, because it's going to work the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes, depending on how you do it. But there's much more effective and efficient ways to even do that, and that's resistance training. But people, when they talk about fat loss, and especially women, they're convinced that cardio is the way to go, and it's simply not. There's an old saying in the bodybuilding world: you build your abs in the kitchen. So that means it's all about the nutrition. And when your nutrition is dialed in, you become a fat burning furnace. When you combine that with the right, effective, and efficient conditioning program, resistance training program, now you create a fat burning furnace along with a lean muscle building machine. Now, and when you tie that in with a calorie deficit / nutrient surplus, that's the whole enchilada. That's what everyone is actually looking for, mentally and physically, whether they realize it or not. Because you are now operating at your peak in that moment. The nutrient surplus is feeding the brain. The nutrient surplus is feeding the oxygen, the blood flow. The nutrient surplus is allowing you to build and maintain lean muscle. The calorie deficit, without the starvation, without the dieting, is allowing you to create a fat burning furnace. And the nutrient surplus is allowing you to get into a deeper sleep for deeper recovery and quicker recovery. The name of this game is whoever recovers the quickest wins. That's why when you look at high-end athletes, professional athletes, and let's take combat sports for a minute. What they do is they fight for 2-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds, then they go back to their corner. The quicker that they can get their breathing back to somewhat normal, the better they're going to be for that next round. Let's take basketball, for example, up and down the court. The quicker you recover from one end to the other, the quicker you recover throughout the periods, the better you're gonna work, right? It's just a fact. So the recovery is the name of the game. But I wanted to talk about how important it is to understand that cardio. And people ask me all the time, what kind of cardio do you recommend? Because so many people are stuck on this and they're so sold on it. And for me, it's only one, and I've done them all. It's only one: HIIT cardio, high intensity training, HIT. And I love it on either a stationary bike, they call it or an assault bike where you're moving the arms, or a treadmill. And I'm gonna be doing videos on this. How I do it on the treadmill is usually about 5% incline, and I'll go about 70% of my max, 70-80%, but I'm holding on, and I'm holding a good percentage of my body weight up on my arms. So I'm working my arms, I'm working my shoulders and all that. Okay. But it's really keeping the pounding and the beating up the knees, the hips, the joints, the ankles. So almost like an elliptical feeling on a treadmill, because I want to be this is long term for me. I don't want injuries, but I want lean, hard, athletic muscle, and I want results from my training program. So if you're going to do HIIT cardio, you do it after your resistance training, right after. That helps the recovery too, because it's going to help that cardiovascular. So, and again, the way I do it and let me back up. The most effective, I believe, by far, is the assault bike. And that's the one where you're moving your arms and your feet at the same time. And man, that is absolutely phenomenal. Listen, if you have the time and you're really into it, I'm not. I also think the spin classes, I think they're awesome. I do. I think that if the right instructor, man, they're awesome. Just for me, I don't want to invest that time. I want to get in, out, and I want my lifestyle to work around my life. So that's why if I do HIIT cardio, and I'll do spurts of it throughout the year, but resistance training is a non-negotiable with the resistance bands, the time under tension. As you can hear the chainsaws going and everything else. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today. This is going to be quick. It was quick to the point, and appreciate you guys. And this will be added to the membership site, Primal Pack, and we're going to start to create a library. Any questions? That's why I'm here. That's why this membership is here. Utilize it, leverage it, stay involved. All right, guys.